India may be one of the fastest growing economies across the world, but it is among the least happiest countries as per the recently released World Happiness Report 2022. So hello everyone, a warm welcome to all of you in today's daily current affairs session on EduTap, in which we will be covering the recently released World Happiness Report 2022. So let's begin the session. So guys, the very first thing about the report is the title of the report, that is the World Happiness Report. Now, whenever we cover the reports and indices, we always tell you that you are required to cover these reports and indices across 4 dimensions. That is, what exactly is the organization behind the launch of this particular report. Then apart from that, what is the framework of the report, what are the important rankings, as well as what are the other key important findings from the report. So guys, when we talk about the very first dimension of the report, that is that which organization has released this report, the right answer to this question is the Sustainable Development Solutions Network. So guys, it is an organization which was basically launched in year 2012, and it mobilizes the scientific and technological expertise to promote the practical solutions for the sustainable development, as well as it also promotes the solutions for the implementation of sustainable development goals and the Paris Climate Agreement. So guys, when we talk about this particular report, this report has been released at a very crucial time. That is just before the United Nations International Day of Happiness, which is being celebrated every year on 20th of March. So please note the date here, as it is really very important from the exam point of view, as the United Nations International Day of Happiness was being recently celebrated on 20th of March. Now guys, one more thing that is important from here, that from the exam point of view, and what exactly it is the theme of the United Nations International Day of Happiness. So guys, this is the homework question for all of you. Kindly find out the theme and let me know in the comment section below. So now when we talk about this particular report, here one more important point is that this was the 10th edition of the World Happiness Report. So guys, one more point that you are required to note down from here. So now let's move on to that what are major things that you must know about the report. First of all, that we have already discussed that year 2022 marks the 10th anniversary of the World Happiness Report. Now when we talk about this report basically tells us about the people's own assessment of their happiness as well as economic and social data. So guys, we have obviously discussed that what exactly is the organization, but there is one more point, that this report is being powered by the World Gallup poll data. So one more important point that you are required to remember from this particular part. Now when we talk about this report basically measures the subjective well-being of the people on 3 main well-being indicators. And what these indicators are? These are basically the life evaluations, positive emotions, and the negative emotions. Now, you must be thinking that what exactly are the factors on the basis of which the countries are being ranked by this report in the terms of the happiness. So guys, basically the factors on the basis of which the countries are being ranked are the GDP per capita, the social support. Now you must be thinking that what exactly the social support is all about. So guys, when we talk about social support, as per the report, it is basically that whenever you are in a deep trouble, whether you are having the friends and relatives who can bring out you from that particular trouble, that is basically the social support. Now when we talk about some other indicators, it basically are healthy life expectancy, freedom to make life choices, generosity. Generosity means donating the money from the charity. That is donating money for the charity purposes. That is what the generosity here refers to. Now the last one is the perceptions of corruption. So guys, basically note down please these particular factors, as in the previous year exams we have seen that sometime they may ask the question from such kind of variables, that which one of the following are not the variables on the basis of which the countries are being ranked by the World Happiness Report 2022. So these are the important points that you are required to remember from the exam point of view. Now guys, what exactly is the goal of the report? See, this particular report has been basically launched to help the countries to determine that what are the key determinants of the well-being of the people who are living and residing in the country. And apart from that, with the findings from this particular report, they can also craft policies on the basis of which they can just turn their societies into happier societies. And that is what is the key goal of this particular report. Now let's move on to the important rankings of this particular report. So when we talk about the important rankings, you are basically required to focus on two important things. First one is the top 3 performing nations of the report, then the bottom 3 performing nations, and the most important part is what exactly is India's rank. So here when you will see the top performing nations of this particular report, here you can see that the 3 Scandinavian nations have basically topped this particular report, where Finland was at the top with a score of 7.821. And when we talk about the worst performing nation, so basically which country will be the worst performing nation, or the nation which is being placed at the bottom of the list. And this is basically the country where the people and the society are suffering from the conflict and extreme poverty. And which country it is? It is basically Afghanistan at the 146th position with a score of 2.404. Now comes the most important point, that is India's rank. So guys, basically India has been positioned on the 136th position with a score of 3.777. Now there is one more point, guys, that you are required to remember. As per the RBI Grade B Phase 1 exam, in the last year there was the question that in the Global Innovation Index 2020 India's rank is X. But what exactly was India's rank in the year 2019? So from here you are also required to remember the India's rank from the previous year. So guys, when we talk about the previous edition report, so from the previous edition the India's rank was 139th. And India's position has improved by 3 points, by 3 ranks, and now India's rank is 136. So present rank as well as the past edition rank, both of them are required to be covered from the exam point of view. So I hope that this particular part is very much clear to all of you. Now let's move on to the other key findings of this particular report. And here you can see the very first point is that as per the report, the countries which were ranked in the top 10 last year, they have moved upwards and the downwards. That means जिन countries, जो countries हमारी top 10 में थी, उनमें से कुछ countries ऊपर भी गई हैं, कुछ countries नीचे भी गई हैं. Now what exactly the more important point to note down from here is the countries which are having the largest gain and the countries which are having the largest drop in their rankings. So when we talk about the country with the largest gain, it was basically Serbia, followed by Bulgaria, Romania, Hungary. Now when we talk about the country with the largest drop, basically it was Lebanon, which was followed by Venezuela, Afghanistan, Lesotho, Zimbabwe, and so on. The list is being mentioned here. You can go through them for the value addition. So guys, I really believe that this particular report has been discussed by us in this session across the 4 dimensions, which are really very important from the exam point of view. Now let's quickly answer one practice question which is based on this particular report, that is the World Happiness Report 2022. So guys, in this question what you are required to cover, you are required to basically tell me and identify the correct statements in relation with the World Happiness Report 2022. So please just focus on the keywords here and please answer the question. The very first statement is talking about the release by United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network, topped by Finland, while Afghanistan was the unhappiest country in the world, which is absolutely correct. Now when we talk about India's position was basically 139th in the previous edition, and it is improved to 136 in the Global Happiness Report 2022. So as per our today's discussion, all these statements are correct and the right answer to this question is option D, that is all of the above. So guys, I really believe that this is very much clear to all of you. Now when we talk about the googly question from the today's session, then today the googly question is basically about the Kanya Shiksha Pravesh Utsav. So guys, recently there was International Women's Day. Various important initiatives have been taken for the women. Now this question is also based on the same. So please identify the correct statements in relation with this particular Utsav and answer the question in the comment section. Now when we talk about the homework question from the previous session, the question was basically based on the ULIP platform, and the question was that what exactly L stands for in the ULIP platform, and the right answer was logistics. So that is the right answer, and all those people who have answered the question correctly are the star performers from the previous session. And who are these people? Nilesh, Janani, Navjot, Deepika, Surbhi, Sonali, Mansi and Aman. All of these people are the star performers. So well done guys. keep up the spirits. We all know that RBI Grade B notification has already been out for this particular year. So this is a time to pull up your socks and start preparing. Well, if you have not yet started. So guys, please focus on your preparation. Just forget all other things now. Okay, and if you have still not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us, and also join our Telegram channel to get the access to the PDF of all the sessions which we publish on the YouTube. Now there is big news for all of you. We are running a big sale, and guys, in this we are basically offering flat 30% off plus 20% off on the various courses. The list has been mentioned here. What you are required to do, you are required to use the code Big Sale, which is only valid from 21st to 23rd of March 2022 to avail this 30% plus additional 20% off on our various courses. So guys, that was all from today's session. I really believe that today's session was useful and fruitful to all of you. If you are having any queries, kindly drop us a mail at hello@edutap.co.in, and you can also call us at 814-620-7241. So guys, thank you for joining us, and do not forget to tell me about the session in the comment section. So thank you for joining us. Wish you all happy learning.